What's up, y'all? I'm back out here at the range, as you can see behind me, on what should be a fantastic day to get some testing done. I've got a handful of stuff on the agenda, and we're gonna start it out with a little bit of 380. So as y'all can see, we got that jelly contraption set up with the chronos and 2 freshly melted blocks of gel. Not a single test done in these yet, so we'll get a really nice clear picture of what happens. Obviously, we're still using that heavy clothing barrier with a layer of denim, fleece, and 2 layers of cotton t-shirt. And what we're checking out for this one again is some 380 auto. This was actually sent to me by somebody out there who wanted to remain anonymous. You know who you are. I really appreciate you sending these to me. We've got some Fiocchi Defense Dynamics jacketed hollow point. This is a 90 grain. They're saying it's going 975 feet per second. Y'all know the deal with 380. Before I get on a big rant here, let's go on ahead and get it over with, I guess. 380 is a very funny little caliber. It's very hard to get a lead expanding round to get good expansion and meet that minimum 12 inches. I've had just a couple maybe that I can think of. Honestly, I can't think of right off the top of my head any just lead expander that's done the 12 inches and expanded through the heavy cloth. There probably are a couple. There are a couple of copper rounds that have done it, but just barely. So again, just a very finicky round. If I'm guessing right out the gate here, this stuff ain't gonna cut it. Through the LCP Max, this stuff is either gonna do one of two things. It's either gonna have no expansion and do a little bit of tumbling, or if it does expand, it's going to be woefully short on the penetration. But hopefully I'll end up being wrong. I never hope for anything to do bad out here. I really hope they all do good, but I just know from what I've seen. Here's your projectile here. I'm not sure what this is. I'm positive, well, almost positive this is not an XTP. I could be wrong there, but it's a lot deeper scoring where all your scoring is around the edge for your jacket, and it just looks a little different from the XTPs I've looked at. I meant to check out some 380 that I had that was loaded with XTP, but I'll look back, and if it is XTP, if it matches some XTP I got, I'll put that up here, but I really don't think it is, and I'm not sure exactly what this is. But anyway, we're gonna give it a couple chances to do its thing out here. Of course, I'm gonna run them through the LCP Max because that's a very popular carry option for people who carry 380. It's got the 2 3/4 inch barrel. I believe they might consider it technically 2.8 inch barrel, so that's our short option. That's the one that always gives you the trouble. That's always gives you the trouble as far as squeezing performance out of these 380 rounds. But again, hopefully I'll be wrong this time. And then for the longer option, I've got my M&P Shield 380 EZ Performance Center version. This one's got roughly an inch longer barrel. It's 3 3/4 right at maybe with the little compensator, a little muzzle up there. So it's about an inch longer than this LCP Max. This one right here is always hard to guess. This one may get the performance you need out of this stuff, but when you're talking about something this size, most people that wants to carry 380 doesn't want to carry something this size, and that's perfectly understandable. So anyway, that's enough talking about it. We all know the deal with 380. Let me get this stuff set up and let's see if this Fiocchi's any different. All right, y'all know the deal. We're gonna see what kind of speeds we getting with 5-round averages from both barrel lengths. We're gonna start with the LCP Max first. If y'all aren't familiar with this lab radar, you're gonna see multiple readings here. The big number is gonna be your muzzle, and then you'll get 5 additional readings across the bottom. Those are set for 3 yards, 10, 15, 25, and 50. So we should get all of those out to 50, but sometimes it's a little picky with the smaller rounds. So 5 rounds of each. Remember, this was saying let me see what this is saying. 975. I don't expect to see that, so we'll see how close we actually do get though. We got 892, 887, 898, 896, and 872, so definitely not that 970, 975, whatever it was. Let's see what the average was. All right, so our 5-round average was 889. We had an extreme spread of 27 and then a standard deviation of 10.6. One other thing I will mention is had no cycling problems with that. And the only reason I mention that is because I had at least 1, maybe 2 people mention in the comments of the video where I showed I had gotten these that they were having cycling problems out of their Ruger. So far so good with this one. But let's get it reset and see what that EZ will do. All right, let's see how much this EZ speeds it up. 975 again is what the box claimed. Based on what the LCP Max got, I don't think we even gonna see quite that from this EZ, but again, I could be wrong. Let's make sure we got this thing on here. Let's see what we get, y'all. We got 1,011, 1,006, another 1,006, 1,003, and 1,013. So it totally proved me wrong as far as hitting that 975. I believe it hit it on every single round and then some. Let's check out the data. All right, y'all, this right here shows a perfect example of what I'm always ranting about when it comes to this LCP Max, just robbing the performance of pretty much every round you send through it. As you can see here, that time to average was 1,008 feet per second. The extreme spread went down to 10 with a standard deviation of 4.2. So not only did you get the velocity, but you got way more consistency from that EZ. I know people like that LCP Max, but I'm just telling y'all right now, that LCP Max is absolutely robbing you of power from your ammo. But anyway, 1,008 right there, and if you remember from the LCP, it was 889. So you talking about, what is that, 119 feet per second more from that Max? 119 feet per second more with really not even an inch more barrel, y'all. That's what I'm saying. That Max just really hurts you as far as performance. But anyway, all that really means nothing if it doesn't behave in the gel. Let me get this stuff reset and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's hit them with the Fiocchi doke jelly time. I'm gonna put one from each barrel length into the gel, starting with this LCP Max first. Again, I have zero faith that we're gonna get performance out of this. I think this is gonna be no expansion at all is what my guess would be. As far as tumbling, that's just a luck of the draw, really. All right, that should have been a good one right there. Let me go see what we got. All right, y'all, no surprises on that one. Just pretty much exactly what I figured. No expansion whatsoever and tumbled around backwards. So let's see what this EZ does. I've got a little bit more faith in this EZ just because of so much more speed. But I don't know, it's still what it is. All right, I tried to go just barely above it and I think I did. Let's go see what we got with that one. All right, let's check out what we got down here, y'all. Basically, long story short, it's two absolute failures. That's what you got down here. So the one on the bottom, that's out of the LCP Max. And I know some of y'all saying, well, look at that big old disruption there. How can you call that a failure? Because it isn't a failure. The only reason you've got that is because it tumbled multiple times. It looks like 2 or 3 tumbles right there. And then after that, it keeps on trucking in a straight line. Looks like it poked into this second block just a little bit, maybe 1/4 of an inch into this second block. And it's pointed backwards with absolutely zero expansion. This is a jacketed hollow point that's supposed to expand, so that is an absolute failure for that round right there. And then of course on the top, that's the one out of the EZ. Little bit different story here, only because this one didn't tumble. That EZ was able to stabilize this thing, so that tells you not only is the round a fail from this LCP Max, but the LCP Max helped it fail because it couldn't stabilize the thing, it couldn't get the velocity. But anyway, straight line from that Max, you can see absolutely nothing going on all the way through the first block into this second block here, and then you can see the projectile there. It's facing forward, but again, absolutely no kind of expansion whatsoever. So as far as penetration on these things, from the LCP Max, you actually got 1/2 of an inch into this second block, so 16.5 inches on that Max, and then from the EZ, you're actually exactly 18 inches. So absolutely perfect penetration on both of these, but that's not the way these things were supposed to behave at all. So again, LCP Max on the bottom and then the EZ on the top. We'll follow them on through here. And then there's your projectiles. That one right there from the Max, backwards, no expansion. That one right there from the EZ, forwards with absolutely no expansion. All right, let's take a quick look at these projectiles. Not a whole lot to see here, so this shouldn't take long. This one right here came out of the LCP Max. This one right here out of the EZ. Now, if you look closely, I'm sure you can tell there is a difference as far as expansion, if you want to call it. You see the one on the left from that EZ, it definitely kind of opened it up a little more. It tried a little harder, but still really not even close. I mean, even with that added velocity, not even close to getting the expansion. And if you can see a little bit closer again, I'm not sure what kind of projectiles these are. I don't think they're XTPs, just because I don't believe the XTPs are crimped quite as deep like on the scored areas like that. But again, I'll go back and look and compare them from some 380s. 380s may look a little bit different, but in any case, these things right here didn't do anything. As y'all can see, barely even attempted to on that one, and this one right here looks like it didn't even think about it. But let's go ahead and weigh them and see if we at least got what we're supposed to there. So this one here out of the EZ, that one is 89.9, so right on the money there. They were supposed to be 90 grains. This one here from the LCP Max is 90.0, so both of them right on the money as far as weight. And then as far as size, not really much of nothing to see here. I'll give you the base measurement. You got 353 there. And then I'm gonna get the opening here just so I can give a rough difference between the two of them. That right there is roughly 233 and then a length of 467. So let's get this opening before I forget. The other one was 233 and this one is 276. So a little bit difference there. The base on this one, 352, and then the length on this one is 468. And there you have it, y'all, the Fiocchi Defense Dynamics in 380. Absolute fail on both of these, in my opinion. Both of these absolutely failed to do what they're designed to do. You got no kind of expansion from these things. The one out of the Max, even worse. It couldn't stabilize it. Now, in the case that it didn't expand, I guess that's a good thing, but that's not something you want to rely on. You want ammo that you can rely on to do what it's designed to do, and this stuff right here is absolutely not it. All right, y'all, that's a wrap for another pretty disappointing 380 round. What more can I say besides what the jelly already told you right here? Terrible performance from both barrel lengths. The speed, I guess, just wasn't there. These 380 rounds with these little small openings, they've got to be moving fast or they're just not going to perform. You see it right here. The LCP Max, absolutely terrible performance. Now, in a vacuum, if you're looking at this particular performance right here, yes, both of these would do the job. The problem is with these, you're relying on them to do something that they're not even designed to do. These things are designed to be an expanding hollow point round, which they did not do. You can't sit here and rely on them to tumble or whatever else. Not only that, but I'll go back to the main reason I always have problems with these rounds that don't do what they're supposed to do. You're paying a premium for these. If you can get these things for FMJ prices, yeah, go for it, but you can't. You cannot get these things for the same price as a box of FMJ, and that's the type of performance you're getting from them. But I'm sure for most of y'all, I'm preaching to the choir here. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the performance from these things. Would you spend the premium money to get these over something like an FMJ? Let me know down in the comments what y'all's thoughts are. If you enjoyed the video, reach down and hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you got those notifications turned on so you don't miss anything that I upload. If you're doing some shopping, check out those affiliate links in the video description. I added a campsite link down there that's got other affiliate links to main type places that a lot of people I know shop at. So check those out. Anything you buy from any of those links down there, I get a kickback from them toward the channel. So I really do appreciate that. Once again, a big thanks to all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all for supporting the channel. I've got some interesting stuff planned for out here today, so be on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.